People in stores will sell XRP way too early and lose money on it. It has been said about XRP for many years, and a lot of people really believe that it will never happen or that it's all just clickbait meant to get more views. Would you believe me if I said it's true? All of you are welcome to the group. For people who are new to the service, my name is Nick. I hope that by the end of this video, you've decided to subscribe today. XRP costs around $2.00. We do know that XRP reached a high point of about $3.40 in January. Some of you may not think that this has priced retail out at all, but it has priced retail out in a big way. That is, it made it too expensive for a lot of regular people to own a big bag of XRP. Just think about this. How many people could actually afford to buy 50,000 XRP if I told them to do so right now? Now, let's look back to the low points of, say, 2020 or 2022 for this whole time range. Now, it seems more likely that you could actually buy 50,000 XRP since you could do it over time. You might think that 50,000 or even 10,000 XRP is a lot of money to spend on a clip. We've already talked a lot about how XRP has made it so expensive for regular people to own a lot of the supply. This is true for a lot of cryptocurrencies, not just Bitcoin. When it comes to even stocks, I've said the same thing many times. For instance, if we look at Nvidia, well, Nvidia has done absolutely crazy numbers over the years. Why did I circle this time back? Because how many people actually sold Nvidia during this nice uptrend or during the decline and sell-off of 2008? Once more, it's all about feelings, so I'm sure a lot of retail actually sold during this time. Okay, so the price is going up. I should make a new all-time high here. I should have sold, they say, as things start to fall apart. Oh, well, I missed my chance to sell. I should sell right now and leave while I still can. To go over this one more time, this is still true for XRP. How many people have sold XRP at this point in time, or maybe during this small drop in price? How many people sold back here and never looked back? I mean, almost no one in the private market actually has XRP. Even crazier is the fact that I want to talk about time first, because time is one of the most important factors that changes business. Price behavior is not what it seems to be. If we think about XRP's all-time high in 2017-2018, it's been about 2,647 days since that high point. After 2,647 days, how many people are giving up hope that XRP will reach a new all-time high or even make a much bigger move to the upside? A lot of people are unhappy with how the price of XRP is moving. I bring this up because let's go back to Nvidia, right? From October 7th to now, when we reached a new high, Nvidia, it took 6,210 days. Based on when the bottom of this chart was reached and the rise began, it was 4,383 days ago. The possible upside was 48, almost 49%. And from the all-time highs hit on October 1, 2007, this was a move of 15,465%. This is important to remember when we talk about XRP today. Okay, and we could use the goals we've been given by, say, Standard Charter as an example. If we go to $12.00 and 50 cents, so $12.00, and let me just add this in quickly so we can see the whole picture. That's a 540% change from $12.00 to 50 cents. That might seem pretty low to a lot of people, not a lot. I agree too, it's not that much. That's why I believe that is just one of the starting points. You know, if we really think about XRP as a $100.00 coin, do I think it could reach $100.00? I believe it can. What's wrong is that how many people will really be into crypto or even have money invested in XRP by then? Likely very small to none. How did we get to those prices? I've made films along the way that outline things like crossword repayments, tokenization, adoption, and so on. But what I really want to say is that a lot of people are in a hurry to sell. Also, if you were in a hurry to sell stocks like Nvidia, you probably did it when the price dropped here. One reason you might have sold was because you didn't believe in Nvidia for the long run. Another reason is that you might have sold around this time. From that point on, Nvidia made another one around 1,300 or so. Let me go back to the price range. And from that point on, Nvidia's stock went up by about 2,000% again. So let's talk about shopping and how our feelings can get the best of us. Yes, I do believe that most people will miss out on the real value of XRP, also known as its usage price and value. This is important to talk about now that Ripple is putting more emphasis on acceptance. Okay, this is what Casey Craddock, who is the managing director at Ripple, thought. More and more people in Europe are using cryptocurrencies, which is opening up new growth possibilities for the area. Ripple is happy to back this new report on the future of digital assets. They play a big part in making that future come true by giving banks and other financial institutions the digital asset infrastructure they need. Now, the full story, please listen. It's very important. I'm not going to say much more about it. There are, however, some really interesting trends and ideas in this study that I think everyone should read. The number of people in the UK and Europe who know about and use crypto is at an all-time high. In this part of the world, 19% of people in the UK say they currently hold crypto, which is the biggest percentage. Just looking at this sentence, we can see that knowledge of crypto assets is at an all-time high. More than 90% of French people say they know what they are. And almost half of them say they want to invest. In Europe as a whole, the UK has the highest percentage of crypto holders. 19% of the people there say they currently hold crypto. Another interesting thing about these percentages and what we're seeing is that people are really interested in use cases and how they can use the underlying crypto assets. This is what I'm really interested in because it's becoming clear that investors don't just want to hold these crypto assets, they want to use them. For example, XRP can be used for payments. It's not just the UK and Europe though. Going all the way back to February, the use of crypto is 43% faster than that of cell phones and 20% faster than that of the internet. We think of a lot of tech stocks and stocks that were popular during the internet boom over the last 10 years or so. They've been going crazy. And that's because so many people use the internet, and that's also how tech is used. Also, when we talk about how crypto is used, it's not just Bitcoin, right? It's about the whole area. It seems like all the big names are either already giving crypto services or will soon. There's talk about crypto in banks. We also look at the hype around NFTs and joke coins. The major media have always paid a lot of attention to that though. The main thing I'm interested in is what these big players are doing, which is tokenizing, right? BlackRock is using tokens. Right now we have ETFs, which will eventually be tokenized on chain as well. It's kind of funny to see ETFs around like crypto because we know that eventually those ETFs will be on chain and everything will be tokenized, just like stocks. There will be tokenized real estate. It will be possible to tokenize everything that has to do with money, like trade finance. So let's think about, these are all the things that got a lot of attention and brought people to the place. I also look at NFTs, joke coins, and other similar things. At that point, those were the main things that made people want to use them in stores. Right now, the main thing I'm thinking about for retail adoption is how institutional players can help the retail sector accept crypto. That's a pretty crazy way to look at it. That's exactly what's going on here though. Large banks are beginning to offer services based on blockchain. For example, when banks start to look at and use blockchain, you are ahead of the curve and all you have to do now is wait. We can see how niche trends turn into popular movements right here. There are now 159 million crypto users in the world and 15,000 companies that accept Bitcoin as a form of payment for small businesses. Low fees, no chargebacks, and a global reach are all benefits of using crypto. The Bitcoin Payment Ecosystem World Market Report 2025 is now here.